All's done, my lord. Troilus. Chapter 1 T is. Ulysses. Why stay we then? Troilus. To make a recordation to my soul of every syllable that here was spoke. But if I tell how these two did coact, shall I not lie in publishing a truth? Sith, yet there is a credence in my heart, an asperance so obstinately strong, that doth invert chattest of eyes and ears, as if those organs had deceptious functions. Chapter 100, read it only to calumniate. Was Cressida here? Ulysses. Chapter 1, cannot conjure Trojan. Troilus. She was not sure. Ulysses. Chapter 1000, sure she was. Troilus. Why, my negation hath no taste of madness. Ulysses. Nor mine, my lord, Cressida was here but now. Troilus. Chapter 50, it not be believed for womanhood. Think we had mothers, do not give advantage to stubborn critics, apt without a theme, for deprivation, to square the general sex. By Cressida's rule, rather think this not Cressida. Ulysses. What hath she done, prince, that can soil our mothers? Troilus. Nothing at all, unless that this were she. Thersits. Will he swagger himself out on's own eyes? Troilus. This she? No, this is Diom's Cressida. Chapter 1, F beauty have a soul, this is not she. Chapter 1, F souls guide vows if vows be sanctimonies. Chapter 1, F sanctimony be the god's delight. Chapter 1, F there be rule in unity itself. This was not she, O madness of discourse. That cause sets up with and against itself. Bifold authority, where reason can revolt. Without perdition and loss assume all reason. Without revolt, this is and is not Cressida. Within my soul there doth conduce a fight of this strange nature, that a thing inseparate. Chapter 1003, ease more whiter than the sky and earth. And yet the spacious breadth of this division admits no orifice for a point as subtle as Ariadne's broken woof to enter. Chapter 1, Stance O instance, strong as Pluto's gates. Chapter 100, Rested is mine, tied with the bonds of heaven. Chapter 1, Stance O instance, strong as heaven itself. The bonds of heaven are slipped, dissolved, and loosed. And with another knot, 5-finger tied. The fractions of her faith, orts of her love. The fragments, scraps, the bits, and greasy relics of her o'er-eaten faith are given to Diom'd. Ulysses. Chapter 1000, I worthy Troilus be half attached with that which here his passion doth express. Troilus. I Greek, and that shall be divulged well. Chapter 1, characters as red as Mars his heart. Chapter 1, flammed with Venus, never did young man fancy with so eternal and so fixed a soul. Hark, Greek, as much as I do Cressida love, so much by weight hate I her Diom'd. That sleeve is mine that he'll bear on his helm, were it a casque composed by Vulcan's skill. Chapter 1000, why sword should bite it, not the dreadful spout, which shipmen do the hurricano call. Chapter 100, onstringed in mass by the almighty sun, shall dizzy with more clamor Neptune's ear. Chapter 1, his descent then shall my prompted sword, falling on Diom'd. Thersits. He'll tickle it for his concupy. Troilus. O Cressida, O false Cressida, false, false, false. Chapter 50, et all untruths stand by thy stained name, and they'll seem glorious. Ulysses. Oh, contain yourself. Your passion draws ears hither, Enter Aeneas. Aeneas. Chapter 1. Have been seeking you this hour, my lord. Hector by this is arming him in Troy. Ajax, your guard, stays to conduct you home. Troilus. Have with you, prince, my courteous lord, adieu. Farewell, revolted fair, and Diom'd. Stand fast and wear a castle on thy head. Ulysses. Chapter 1. I'll bring you to the gates. Troilus. Accept distracted thanks. Exeunt Troilus, Aeneas, and Ulysses. Thrsites. Would I could meet that rogue Diom'd, I would croak like a raven, I would bode. Patroclus will give me anything for the intelligence of this whore. The parrot will not do more for an almond than he for a commodious drab. Lechery, still wars and lechery, nothing else holds fashion. A burning devil take them. Scene 3, Troy, before Priam's palace. Enter Hector and Andromache. Andromache. When was my lord so much ungently tempered? To stop his ears against admonishment. Unarm, and do not fight today. Hector. You train me to offend you, get you in. By all the everlasting gods I'll go. Andromache. Chapter 1000. Why dreams will sure prove ominous to the day. Hector. No more, I say. Enter Cassandra. Chapter 100. Assandra. Where is my brother Hector? Andromache. Here, sister, armed and bloody in intent. Chapter 100. Consort with me in loud and dear petition. Pursue we him on knees, for I have dreamt of bloody turbulence, and this whole night hath nothing been but shapes and forms of slaughter. Chapter 100. Assandra. Oh, 'tis true. Hector. Ho, bid my trumpet sound. Chapter 100. Assandra. No notes of Sally, for the heavens' sweet brother. Hector. Begone, I say, the gods have heard me swear. Chapter 100. Assandra. The gods are deaf to hot and peevish vows. They are polluted offerings more abhorred than spotted livers in the sacrifice. Andromache. Oh, be persuaded, do not count it holy. To hurt by being just, it is as lawful. For we would give much to use violent thefts and rob in the behalf of charity. Chapter 100. Assandra. Chapter 1. T is the purpose that makes strong the vow. But vows to every purpose must not hold. Unarm, sweet Hector. Hector. Hold you still, I say. Chapter 1001. Knee honor keeps the weather of my fate. Chapter 51. Fee every man holds dear, but the dear man holds honor far more precious dear than life. Enter Troilus. How now, young man, mean'st thou to fight today? Andromache. Chapter 100. Cassandra, call my father to persuade. Hector. No faith, young Troilus, doff thy harness, youth. Chapter 1. Today I th vain of chivalry. Chapter 50. Et grow thy sinews till their knots be strong. And tempt not yet the brushes of the war. Unarmed these go, and doubt thou not, brave boy. Chapter 1. I'll stand today for thee and me and Troy. Troilus. Brother, you have a vice of mercy in you, which better fits a lion than a man. Hector. What vice is that? Good Troilus chide me for it. Troilus. When many times the captive Grecian falls, even in the fan and wind of your fair sword, you bid them rise and live. Hector. Oh, 'tis fair play. Troilus. Fools play by heaven, Hector. Hector. How now? Troilus. For love of all the gods. Chapter 50. Let's leave the hermit pity with our mother. And when we have our armors buckled on, the venomed vengeance ride upon our swords. Spur them to ruthful work, rein them from ruth. Hector, fie savage fie. Troilus, Hector then tease wars. Hector, Troilus, I would not have you fight today. Troilus, who should withhold me? Not fate, obedience, nor the hand of Mars. Beckoning with fiery truncheon my retire. Not Priamus and Hecuba on knees, their eyes o'ergalled with recourse of tears. Nor you, my brother, with your true sword drawn. Appas to hinder me should stop my way. But by my ruins, re-enter Cassandra with Priam. Chapter 100, ASSANDRA. Chapter 50, I hold upon him, Priam, hold him fast. He is thy crutch, now if thou lose thy stay. Thou on him leaning, and all Troy on thee. Fall altogether. Priam. Chapter 100, Hector, come go back. Thy wife hath dreamt, thy mother hath had visions. Chapter 100, Cassandra doth foresee, and I myself am like a prophet suddenly enwrapped, to tell thee that this day is ominous. Therefore come back. Hector, Aeneas is afield, and I do stand and gag to many Greeks, even in the faith of valor to appear this morning to them. Priam, I, but thou shalt not go. Hector, Chapter 1, must not break my faith. You know me dutiful, therefore, dear sir. Chapter 50, et me not shame respect, but give me leave to take that course by your consent and voice, which you do here forbid me, royal Priam. Chapter 100, ASSANDRA. O Priam, yield not to him. Andromache. Chapter 500, O not dear father. Hector. Andromache, I am offended with you. Upon the love you bear me, get you in. Exit Andromache. Troilus. This foolish, dreaming, superstitious girl. Chapter 1000, aches all these bodements. Chapter 100, ASSANDRA. Oh, farewell, dear Hector. Chapter 50, ook how thou deest, look how thy eye turns pale. Chapter 50, ook how thy wounds do bleed at many vents. Hark how Troy roars, how Hecuba cries out. How poor Andromache shrills her dollars forth. Behold distraction, frenzy, and amazement. Chapter 51, key witless antics one another meet. And all cry, Hector, Hector's dead, O Hector. Troilus. Away, away. Chapter 100, ASSANDRA. Farewell, yet soft, Hector, I take my leave. Thou dost thyself and all our Troy deceive. Hector. You are amazed, my liege, at her exclaim. Go in and cheer the town, we'll forth and fight. Chapter 500, O deeds worth praise and tell you them at night. Priam. Farewell, the gods with safety stand about thee. Exeunt severally Priam and Hector, alarums. Troilus. They are at it, hark, proud Diom'd believe. Chapter 1, come to lose my arm or win my sleeve. Enter Pandarus. Pandarus. Chapter 500, O you hear, my lord, do you hear? Troilus. What now? Pandarus. Here's a letter come from yond poor girl. Troilus. Chapter 50, et me read. Pandarus. A whoreson Tisic, a whoreson rascally Tisic, so troubles me and the foolish fortune of this girl, and what one thing, what another that I shall leave you one these days. And I have a rheum in mine eyes too, and such an ache in my bones that unless a man were cursed I cannot tell what to think on't. What says she there? Troilus. Words, words, mere words, no matter from the heart. Th effect doth operate another way. Tearing the letter. Go wind to wind, their turn and change together. Chapter 1000. Why love with words and errors still she feeds, but edifies another with her deeds. Exeunt severally. Scene 4. The plain between Troy and the Grecian camp. Alarums, excursions, enter their sights. Thersits. Now they are clapperclawing one another. I'll go look on. That dissembling abominable varlet, Diomede, has got that same scurvy doting foolish young knave's sleeve of Troy there in his helm. I would fain see them meet, that same young Trojan ass that loves the whore there might send that Greekish whoremasterly villain with the sleeve back to the dissembling luxurious drab of a sleeveless errand. Oh, the other side, the policy of those crafty swearing rascals that stale old mouse eat dry cheese, Nestor, and that same dog fox, Ulysses, is not proved worth a blackberry. They set me up in policy that mongrel cur, Ajax, against that dog of as bad a kind, Achilles, and now is the cur, Ajax, prouder than the cur Achilles, and will not arm today. Whereupon the Grecians begin to proclaim barbarism, and policy grows into an ill opinion. Enter Diomedes, Troilus following. Soft, here comes sleeve and t'other. Troilus. Fly not, for shouldst thou take the river Styx, I would swim after. Chapter 501, OMEDES. Thou dost miscall retire. Chapter 1, Do not fly, but advantageous care. Withdrew me from the odds of multitude. Have at thee. Thersits. Hold thy whore, Grecian, now for thy whore. Trojan, now the sleeve, now the sleeve. Exeunt Troilus and Diomedes fighting. Enter Hector. Hector. What art thou, Greek? Art thou for Hector's match? Art thou of blood and honor? Thersits. No, no, I am a rascal, a scurvy railing knave, a very filthy rogue. Hector. Chapter 1. Do believe thee, live. Thersits. God a mercy that thou wilt believe me, but a plague break thy neck for frighting me. What's become of the wenching rogues? I think they have swallowed one another. I would laugh at that miracle. Yet in a sort, lechery eats itself. I'll seek them. Scene 5. Another part of the plain. Enter Diomedes and a servant. Chapter 501, OMEDES. Go, go, my servant, take thou Troilus' horse. Present the fair steed to my lady Cressida. Fellow, commend my service to her beauty. Tell her I have chastised the amorous Trojan, and am her knight by proof. Servant. Chapter 1, Go, my lord. Enter Agamemnon. Agamemnon. Renew, the fierce Polydamas. Hath beat down Menon, bastard Margarlan. Hath Dorius prisoner. And stands Colossus-wise, waving his beam upon the pashed corses of the kings. Epistrophus and Cedius, Polixenes is slain. Amphimachus and Thoas deadly hurt. Patroclus ta'en or slain, and Palames. Sore hurt and bruised, the dreadful Sagittary. Appalls our numbers, haste we, Diomed. To reinforcement, or we perish all. Enter Nestor. Nestor. Go, bear Patroclus' body to Achilles, and bid the snail-packed Ajax arm for shame. There is 1,000 Hectors in the field. Now here he fights on Galath his horse. And their lax work, anon he's there afoot. And there they fly or die, like scaled skulls. Before the belching whale, then is he yonder. And there the strawy Greeks, ripe for his edge, fall down before him like the mower's swath. Here, there, and everywhere he leaves and takes. Chapter 500, Exterity so obeying appetite. That what he will he does, and does so much. That proof is called impossibility. Enter Ulysses. Ulysses. Oh, courage, 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 princes, great Achilles. Chapter 1, S arming, weeping, cursing, vowing vengeance. Patroclus, wounds have roused his drowsy blood. together with his mangled myrmidons. That noseless, handless, hacked and chipped come to him. Chapter 100, Rying on Hector, Ajax hath lost a friend, and foams at mouth, and he is armed and at it, roaring for Troilus, who hath done today. Chapter 1000, Ad and fantastic execution, engaging and redeeming of himself, with such a careless force and forceless care, as if that lust, in very spite of cunning, bade him win all. Enter Ajax. Ajax. Troilus, thou coward Troilus. Chapter 501, OMEDES. There's there. Nestor. So, we draw together. Enter Achilles. Achilles. Where is this Hector? Chapter 100, come thou boy queller, show thy face. Know what it is to meet Achilles angry. Hector, where's Hector? I will none but Hector. Scene 6, another part of the plain. Enter Ajax. Ajax. Troilus, thou coward Troilus, show thy head. Enter Diomedes. Chapter 501, OMEDES. Troilus, I say, where est Troilus? Ajax. What wouldst thou? Chapter 501, OMEDES. Chapter 1 would correct him. Ajax. Were I the general, thou shouldst have my office. Ere that correction, Troilus, I say, what Troilus? Enter Troilus. Troilus. O traitor Diomed, turn thy false face, thou traitor, and pay thy life thou owest me for my horse. Chapter 501, OMEDES. Art thou there? Ajax. Chapter 1, I'll fight with him alone, stand Diomed. Chapter 501, OMEDES. He is my prize, I will not look upon. Troilus. Chapter 100, both you cogging Greeks have it you both. Exeunt fighting. Enter Hector. Hector. Yea, Troilus, O well fought, my youngest brother. Enter Achilles. Achilles. Now do I see thee, have it thee, Hector. Hector. Pause if thou wilt. Achilles. Chapter 1, do disdain thy courtesy, proud Trojan. Be happy that my arms are out of use. Chapter 1000, why rest and negligence befriend thee now? But thou anon shalt hear of me again. Till when, go seek thy fortune. Hector. Fare thee well. Chapter 1 would have been much more a fresher man. Had I expected thee. Re-enter Troilus. How now, my brother? Troilus. Ajax hath ta'en Aeneas, shall it be? No, by the flame of yonder glorious heaven. He shall not carry him, I'll be ta'en too. Or bring him off, fate, hear me what I say. Chapter 1, reck not though thou end my life today. Enter one in armor. Hector. Stand, thou Greek, thou art a goodly mark. No, wilt thou not, I like thy armor well. Chapter 1, I'll fresh it and unlock the rivets all. But I'll be master of it, wilt thou not beast abide? Why then, fly on, I'll hunt thee for thy hide. Scene 7, another part of the plain. Enter Achilles with myrmidons. Achilles. Chapter 100, hear about me, you my myrmidons. Chapter 1000, ark what I say, attend me where I wheel. Strike not a stroke, but keep yourselves in breath. And when I have the bloody Hector found, impale him with your weapons round about. Chapter 1, in fellest manner execute your arms. Follow me, sirs, and my proceedings I. Chapter 1, is decreed Hector the great must die. Enter Menelaus and Paris, fighting, then their sights. Thersites. The cuckold and the cuckold maker are at it. Now bull, now dog, Lou Paris, Lou, now my double hen Spartan, Lou Paris, Lou, the bull has the game. Where horns ho. Exeunt Paris and Menelaus. Enter Margerlin. Chapter 1000, Arglon. Turn, slave, and fight. Thersites. What art thou? Chapter 1000, Arglon. A bastard son of Priam S. Thersites. Chapter 1, am a bastard too, I love bastards. I am a bastard begot, bastard instructed, bastard in mind, bastard in valor, in everything illegitimate. One bear will not bite another, and wherefore should one bastard? Take heed, the quarrel's most ominous to us. If the son of a whore fight for a whore, he tempts judgment. Farewell, bastard. Chapter 1000, Arglon. The devil take thee, coward. Scene 8, another part of the plain. Enter Hector. Hector. Chapter 1000, Ost putrefied corse so fair without. Thy goodly armor thus hath cost thy life. Now is my day's work done, I'll take my breath. Rest, sword, thou hast thy fill of blood and death. Enter Achilles and Myrmidons. Achilles. Chapter 50, Hector, how the sun begins to set. How ugly night comes breathing at his heels. Even with the veil and darkening of the sun. To close the day up, Hector's life is done. Hector. Chapter 1, am unarmed, forgo this vantage, Greek. Achilles. Strike, fellows, strike, this is the man I seek. So Ilion fall thou next, now Troy sink down. Here lies thy heart, thy sinews, and thy bone. On, Myrmidons, and cry you all amen. Achilles hath the mighty Hector slain. A retreat sounded. Hark, a retire upon our Grecian part. Chapter 1000, why are a mighty on? The Trojan trumpets sound the like, my lord. Achilles. The dragon wing of night o'erspreads the earth. And, stickler-like, the armies separates. Chapter 1000, why half-supped sword that frankly would have fed? Pleased with this dainty bait, thus goes to bed. Sheathes his sword. Chapter 100, tie his body to my horse's tail. Along the field I will the Trojan trail. Scene 9, another part of the plain. Sound retreat, shout. Enter Agamemnon, Ajax, Menelaus, Nestor, Diomedes, and the rest marching. Agamemnon. Hark, hark, what shout is this? Nestor. Peace drums. Soldiers. Achilles, Achilles, Hector slain Achilles. Chapter 501, OMEDES. The brute is, Hector slain and by Achilles. Ajax. Chapter 1, if it be so, yet bragless let it be. Great Hector was as good a man as he. Agamemnon. Chapter 1000, arch patiently along, let one be sent. To pray Achilles see us at our tent. Chapter 1, F in his death the gods have us befriended. Great Troy is ours, and our sharp wars are ended. Scene 10, another part of the plain. Enter Aeneas, Paris, Antenor, and Deiphobus. Aeneas. Stand ho, yet are we masters of the field. Never go home, here starve we out the night. Enter Troilus. Troilus. Hector is slain. Boal. Hector, the gods forbid. Troilus. He's dead and at the murderer's horse's tail. Chapter 1, en beastly sort, dragged through the shameful field. Frown on, you heavens, affect your rage with speed. Sit, gods, upon your thrones and smile at Troy. Chapter 1, say at once let your brief plagues be mercy. And linger not our sure destructions on. Aeneas. Chapter 1000, why, Lord, you do discomfort all the host. Troilus. You understand me not that tell me so. Chapter 1. Do not speak of flight of fear of death, but dare all imminence that gods and men address their dangers in, Hector is gone. Who shall tell Priam so, or Hecuba? Chapter 50. At him that will a screech shall I be called. Go into Troy, and say there Hector's dead. There is a word will Priam turn to stone. Chapter 1000. Ache wells and Niobes of the maids and wives. Chapter 100. Old statues of the youth, and in a word. Scare Troy out of itself, but march away. Hector is dead, there is no more to say. Stay yet, you vile abominable tents. Thus proudly pite upon our Phrygian plains. Chapter 50. Et Titan rise as early as he dare. Chapter 1. All through and through you, and thou greatest coward. No space of earth shall sunder our two hates. Chapter 1. I'll haunt thee like a wicked conscience still, that moldeth goblins swift as frenzy's thoughts. Strike a free march to Troy, with comfort go. Hope of revenge shall hide our inward woe. Enter Pandarus. Pandarus. But hear you, hear you. Troilus. Hence broker lackey, ignominy and shame. Pursue thy life, and live I with thy name. Exeunt all but Pandarus. Pandarus. A goodly medicine for my aching bones. O world, world, thus is the poor agent despised. O traitors and bawds, how earnestly are you set a work, and how ill requited. Why should our endeavor be so loved, and the performance so loathed? What verse for it, what instance for it, let me see. Full merrily the humble bee doth sing, till he hath lost his honey and his sting. And being once subdued in armed trail, sweet honey and sweet notes together fail. Good traders in the flesh, set this in your painted cloths. As many as be here of Pandar's hall. Your eyes, half out, weep out at Pandar's fall. Or, if you cannot weep, yet give some groans. Though not for me, yet for your aching bones. Brethren and sisters of the whole door trade, some 2 months hence, my will shall here be made. Chapter 1. Tea should be now, but that my fear is this. Some galled goose of Winchester would hiss. Till then I'll sweat and seek about for eases, and at that time bequeath you my diseases.